Greetings everyone, this is me again, Zara, Jawad, ex-Muslim, ex-Shia. Now, after explaining what I did, this brings us to more proof against that the polytheists were killed unjustly, right? So after explaining all this, that the messenger, Surah 4, Ayat 150, how you've got it wrong, that you shouldn't, and how you've interpreted this. So open to interpretation, you could, and then have these different interpretations. Failing to understand this ayat, Surah 4, Ayat 150, they wish to separate Allah from His messengers, where at times Allah and His messengers are not separate, they are joined. This brings us to more proof from the Quran ayats, as I've explained it and shown you, from Quran ayats that polytheists were wrongfully killed. So you see, you can't trust all this, the rest of the ayats, and how you actually have taken it. And so obscurity in ayats, unclear ayats, contradictions, all this I've shown you as step by step going through it. Then what the polytheists did was this, calling to Allah. They called on Allah. You see, they believed in Allah. Allah was they say that the history comes saying that Allah was a moon god or something like this, a goddess even, a female goddess, a god. So Surah 8, Ayat 32 says, and remember when they said, O Allah, if this should be the truth from you, then rain down upon us stones from the sky, bring us a painful punishment. So you know that this, and another thing is that, remember this, I ended with this. So much contradiction also in these, what I've shown you, between the love for the Prophet, Allah and His Messenger, and what they take as equals with Allah, and they should love them more. How can you say that when there's an ayat here, Surah 9, Ayat 24, Allah and His Messenger on the same level as love for them? And so many contradictions also, and Quran ayats not made clear. So each Islamic sect thinks they understand better than the other. Thus, so much conflict between the Islamic sects. This, and so, unjustly taking the Quran ayats. So Surah 4, Ayat 82, then do they not reflect upon the Quran? If it had been from any other than Allah, they would have found within it much contradiction, right? So more proof from Quran ayats that polytheists were wrongfully killed. I mean, they were saying that's why they must be saying here, please then send us an angel. And they've even asked for a punishment from Allah. What else? It seems like if our awliyas, we worship you, say no, it's because of the permission of Allah, with the permission of Allah, that we equate them, don't separate them with Allah. Our awliyas that you say we worship. So what's the difference then between those prophets Allah has sent and messengers to guide us, and that you say you do not worship them, or you do not even, some ayahs say they don't equate, don't take prophets, don't equate anything with Allah, associate anyone or anything with Allah. So maybe you've misunderstood, or I don't know, it's just written in that way to contradict other ayahs. Yet for you, that Supreme Creator is utmost reality that you say, and these idol worshippers were unintelligent, ignorant people who made idols to worship God, and gods and demigods, whereas you have angels. God even took help from shaitan, for shayateen and the jinns, for Solomon to work for him. How can you say these idol worshippers were brainless and below this, much below this, your one God worship, Supreme Creator, Originator? So this also, and then you see, they're asking for God also here, some with more, explained more from me and shown, given you proof. What's the difference between polytheists and you Muslims? But some of you have not understood it, most of you. All of you perhaps, even. Some Ismailis have understood this part better, the one I was explaining, and not the Sunnis, and not the 12 Shias either. So softening it to wasila, means of approach, and intercession, but not with Allah, joining the messenger. So somehow dodging it with the Sunnis, saying, no, but we don't do this. And so failure to understand Surah 4 ayat 150 properly. So here they are calling to Allah for help. No, saying proof we need here. Surah 8, Anfal ayat 32. And remember when they said, oh Allah, if this should be the truth from you, then rain down upon us stones from the sky or bring us a painful punishment. What else can they do? They were cornered to do this, right? Also that. Then you're told what he says. So then what the polytheists did was this calling to Allah. Calling to Allah, no one else but Allah. And Surah 8 ayat 32 says, but Allah would not punish them while you, O Muhammad, are among them. And Allah would not punish them while they seek forgiveness. Why? Now think about it. Why should they seek forgiveness? Because they're saying there Allah has told them you can take partners with Allah. Idols also. There are Sakina Tabut has peace around it, or even in it and around it. Things like that. House of Allah, Abraham built in Ishmael, Allah made it his house. It has some power there. So, and pray on the station of Abraham, take the station of Abraham as prayer, for prayer, something like that. And then the salat goes to Prophet Muhammad. So their awliyas were like this, whom they used to take. Surah Zumar, ayat 3. Now the answer of him is, so why should they now? You see, you understand how clever this person was. And these ayats may be missing. When I come to Surah Tawbah ayats, they are missing, maybe missing from Ismaili Quran. So see how Imam Ali and Prophet Muhammad, thereafter the Imams, but the Sahabas kept it. Those who were with the polytheists knew that he was a false prophet, knew what he was doing to them. And the Yathrib Jews was wrong, killing them, making you killers, made Ali killer. They get killed and are killed, Surah Tawbah. Now, is it more clear? Why should they even ask for forgiveness? Remember the last time I must be struggling with this while they seek forgiveness. When I did these ayats against him, Prophet Muhammad and his Allah. Then what Prophet Muhammad did was using Allah and revelation to do this to them because they did not seek forgiveness, you would say, and why should they? Then Surah Tawbah 13 comes in, will you not fight against those who broke their pledges and did all they could to drive the messenger away? Now they are being accused for doing this, the polytheists. And initiated hostilities against you, Surah Mumtahana, who initiated our hostilities? Who is the one who can't take polytheists? Who is the one who can't take idol worshipping? Abraham and his people, Surah Mumtahana ayat 4. Hostility, hatred, and this. Remember I was doing this ayat, these ayats. So trying to prove to you that the polytheists were not fighting him, you must be fighting them. Inference from these ayats. And I think enough proof now that, so he's told them that he fights. They were fighting him. Maybe he was saying, don't believe, like Abraham told his father, arguing with his father, right? So he's taken the place of, after Abraham, it's in monotheistic religion. So look, he could be the one. So this is all wrong. And broke their pledges. You'd say, oh, they broke their oaths, that's why they were killed. Or fought against and killed. If you could kill them or if they don't leave Makkah on time. The waiting period given to them. So fight them, 14 ayat also of Surah Tawbah, fight them. So do you fear them? Look, this is a classic example of the one who wars, the leader of the war, like he's appealing to their, do you fear them? You should fear Allah, no, Allah is greater, right? And then I took you to Surah Azab ayat that he was fearing the people, and this is what the Shia tafsir says. That no, it's not like that, the way the Quran ayat is put. Surah Azab ayat 37. Then, goodness, so it was such a thing. Then fight them, 14 ayat of Surah Tawbah, fight them, and Allah will punish them by your hands and cover them with shame, help you over them, heal the breasts of believers. Still have this 15, and will remove rage from their hearts, like vengeance, no mercy, no forgiveness, no. Yet this religion has associating partners with Allah, as I showed you. And remember, Abraham was saying to his father, why do you worship these idols? So again and again, a reminder, right? That he was actually the one who started the thing, like Abraham and his fight against them, arguments against the Polytheists. And then what they've done is associated partners with Allah, the messenger, equal with Allah. And will remove the rage from their hearts and will enable whomsoever he wills to repent. So, Allah enables whoever he wills to repent, and they won't repent because they are gone cases. So that's why coming back to, but why should they ask for forgiveness? They told their Allah, please punish us. Then he didn't. He said, until this Muhammad is among you, Muhammad in brackets, like this messenger prophet is among you, and until they seek for forgiveness. But now the messenger is among them, prophet is among them, and still you are told to fight them. Even that ayat which says, if they stop fighting you, since they may have initiated the fight against you, which I doubt very much so, 9900%, that the Polytheists would have fought you. So he even destroyed Yathrib like this, and telling you in this way, that they were wrong, assassinating me, this, that. And the ayats you misconstrue. Surah Hashar ayats, which are there in the Smiley Quran, too. Breaking of homes, exiling them from the city. He should have left the city. So this, and will you not fight against those who broke their pledges? So on the pledges also, you would say, you haven't read the tafsirs properly. Look, they broke their pledges. Here they broke their pledges. They fought you first, but he was taken out of the house for what? And his own believers were telling him, we don't want to fight. Why fight? Right? But they were dragged to their deaths at that time. It's Sahabas. Remember that ayat? Can't remember which surah and what number ayat it is. His own believers arguing against that. Allah brought him out of the house to fight, meaning. Now you can see how clever and how unjust he was. Even more with the Quran ayats I've explained that you have. See how you've misconstrued, how you've mistaken this ayat, misrepresented, wish to separate Allah from His messengers. That's why these poor Polytheists were saying, what's the difference then? Please do something, send the angel or something with them. Moreover, because we have our awliyas, Allah has permitted us, they say they have a connection with Allah, and they can bring us with them. We are so exalting them, or maybe, even exalting them, worshipping. What's the difference from Surah Zumar ayat 2, whatever they do, worship, serving and exalting? It's the same thing, Surah Fat ayat 9, right? That you have to exalt the messenger or Allah. It's the same, one and the same thing. And you haven't understood that properly. See how unclear. So what it's brought about a great, forget the Parsis who were killed, the Yathrib people who were thrown out or killed or battled with, they fought against. But he's not leaving Yathrib. He's supposed to leave Yathrib. This is what I have been telling you time and again. That he's the one in the wrong. He's the one in the wrong. Even now against the Polytheists. More proof that unjustly killed those Polytheists. And like him, You see, you are ignorant. He was there, he knew what he was doing. Think, oh, they broke their oaths, they fought, they started fighting first, right? Initiated hostilities? No. If you read Surah Mumtahana ayat 4, who initiated hostilities against the polytheists? Abraham and his people. So many contradictions, and you think you've got it, made it clear. I need to expose him as he should be exposed, as he was at the time. Even Ismailis, even Imam, ignorant of how terrible a killer, a bloodthirsty, wants fame and wants to make himself prophet, is ignorant of his great grandfather, His Highness Khan, what he did. That's why the ayats like these would be taken out of the Ismaili Quran, right? Let's check. So doing this also before, it's not a debate, please, because debates, like I said, don't, it's about understanding. It's a difficult thing to prove when the Quran is coming from the victors, the ones who killed, the killers who won victory, got victory. It says in Surah 9 ayat. There is 14, you see? 13? Yeah, 14 is there. So this peaceful Imam, His Highness Khan, why can't you see through his grandfather, great-grandfather, Prophet Muhammad and Imam Ali, and his grandmother also, Fatima Zahra, who took Fadak and took it and it didn't say anything. You are a kind of partner with these snatchers and stealers and robbers. Fight them. Allah will punish them by your hands and will disgrace them and and give you victory over them and satisfy the breasts of believing people. What is missing is Surah Tawbah 13, right? Yeah, 12 is there. Since they initiate, okay, so here, why? Okay, maybe Imam Ali, maybe they weren't clever, the Imams, but I caught them. Even because Imam Jafar Sadiq was my Imam as a Shia, was their Imam. They split from there, the Ismailis and the 12 Shias. So they couldn't be that clever. They removed Surah Tawbah 13. They initiated hostility. See, they can't say that because this Imam knows if they said this, I could have caught him with another, in his Quran, with the Imams, with another contradiction. So they couldn't put this. Will you not fight against those who broke their pledges and did all they could to drive the messenger away and initiated hostilities? Who initiated hostilities against the polytheists? Abraham and his people did. Surah Mumtahana ayat 4. How many times do I have to repeat this, please? So, okay, without much wasting time and my breath, I have a nervous breakdown. It's very difficult for me to move since I'm stuck on this ayat. And now the rest I got to complete this, getting more proof from the Quran ayats that polytheists were unjustly killed. So you have no separation, no distinction between Allah and His messengers. Surah 4, ayat 150. Let this digest. See if you can comprehend all this that I've given you. Maybe it's too much for you now. But it's for peace, peaceful. And please, no fighting, no accusing falsely, so that you can love, your heart opens to humanity, whether they worship idols or what. And then we'll see whether they worship Satans or whether the worshipping is against human rights violations, like Elena Ali, Hindus, has said, but not, but yours too is. So that will be remaining to be seen, okay, later on. And if they worship, then this is very scary, to worship Allah. So we're worshipping the beneficial God, whereas you're doing all the wrong things, violating and worshipping, harming In your worship, you're harming others. Those who leave the religion kill them in this. And many other ways of harming them, like you harmed the polytheists, your prophet and his sahabas, and Imam Ali, by killing them wrongfully and putting false accusations on them too. You can see it in Surah Hashar Ayats also, second one. Should Allah have cast terror into the hearts and they would have broken their own houses? When did they break the houses of the... So if this, the Muslim believers, the Makkan polytheists exiled them, and Prophet Muhammad exiled Prophet Muhammad. Now, they didn't break houses, so there's another Quran ayat only punished them and for the wrong they have done on you, right? In proportion to the wrong they have done on you, punish them in that way. But you punish these Yathrib people too much. Think, there's a story in Islamic history that some chief, Jewish chief of Yathrib, or their attempted an assassination on Prophet Muhammad. That Jibrail came and told him. There's a hadith or some. It's written like this, how that story is written, really. It doesn't make sense. So he wanted to blame people and take over. Warmonger, Dr. David Wood was right. Sorry to say, and famous and a true prophet. So, sometimes when seeing through the Hindu scriptures, what did don't want to believe in God. Like Lone Macedo recently, someone has like scammers from UAE, so that was very important for me. So the one he was saying about 3 Indians, but one was a Christian saying Jesus, 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 and now he embezzled or didn't pay back Lord Macedo, and Lord Macedo was saying the more they say Jesus, Jesus, God, 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 Krishna, Krishna, the more it makes me, maybe because of, like you're using, they can use God. And I thought, oh, this worship, let the polytheists be, they're worshipping their idols. But if your niyat is clean, if your intention to worship that hakikat, which maybe they're spiritually, I've seen miracles and all that. So I can't deny it, but like I'm starting, like I'm trying to work out what it is. However, meanwhile, taking not the scientific medical help, but spiritual help for healing, my healing, also that. But God's name, and yeah, even idol worshippers, like I felt sorry for them. But then there are some who even, use God to get boons and then do bad things. So it's with the will of God. It's Shaitan also, with God's name said, by your izzat, by your honor. That's the name of God that's workable. It's working. I will lead astray all except your mukhlasin, chosen ones, or pure ones. So it's always by God's permission that this is happening. And God's attributes and power and will. So yeah, we'll see about that, right? But against these polytheists and Islam, polytheism, not much of a difference really. To blame the polytheists would be wrong. If you are a worshipper of God, let them also worship God. They think they're worshiping God, not Satan. Moreover, this Abraham. Now, what did Abraham's father say? Now get away from me, and what are you saying about my gods? And Abraham has made his mind up that his father is worshipping Satan. Somehow he's gotten knowledge from. He didn't even have knowledge from God. He then said, I'm going in search of my God. Where are you going to, Abraham? Isn't God everywhere? So, and in his mind also is doing that maybe afterwards but he's made up his mind that his father is worshipping Satan. So this also, right? And maybe the polytheists, But they don't believe they're worshiping Satan. However, they can use the energy of God now, going higher in psychic realms or spiritual realms to harm you. That we can't stop. We can try to stop that, but we can't stop them from using these energies to harm you, like the bombs scientifically used, made and used. So made and then used wrongfully. Sorry, scientifically, like, and then this thing we can't stop them from doing harm. We can prevent it. We can try our best. Yeah. So we're trying our best. But so, sorry, Muslims, it's terrible worship, all this nonsense, unjust. Sorry. So to help you, please come out of this. Please come out. Please see this. I wish you'll see this, right? Wish to separate Allah from His messengers. So you will be done. As a Shia, I realized that if I'd come to this ayat, I know that you're rejecting part of it because you're rejecting what they say, the Shia, to reject the wilayat, the wali, or even the wilayat faqi, what is the religious scholars, is what comes to disbelief, right? Some say this, some say that. So part of you, so believe in some, but reject others. And those who wish to take a course midway. No difference between avatars that have come. Like Mansur al-Halad said, Ana al-Haq, and he was killed. Sulipe, crucified, hanged or crucified, like Jesus. Should be no difference. Otherwise, the duality, you're bringing in duality. Even in these things. Okay, so you say there's a difference between a supplicator and the one he's supplicating to Allah. Who is Maryam bowing to? Bow with those who bow. Yeah, you say there's a difference there. But what if someone comes and tells you, like a crier is calling out to faith, believe? Surah Al Imran ayat or Surah Baqarah? Where? What if someone is telling you, your prayers are, the moment you're conscious, you're subconscious, you're this, don't worry about it. If it feels that this is beneficial, your prayer is heard, right? There's no difference. Yes, you can pray for those who are suffering in this world because someone is doing harm to them. Or self-inflicted suffering is terrible, so helping them also come out of the self-infliction, affliction. Or those who are doing harm to others. But is there a difference between the one praying and the one listening? Allah, God. There should be no distance, right? In that. What if someone told you you have abundance? You don't need to yearn and, oh, Allah, please, I need this, or something like that. Or, oh, why did my son or my brother die? Yeah. Yeah, grief. Yeah, God doesn't grieve. Yeah, that's something. Life is like this. I don't know what answer I can give. If you are a worshiper of God, you say, so, but if I say I'm divine and you're divine, right? Either we're divine and then our prayers will be like what? When we understand something completely, so completely with our whole being, we won't need to be yearning and praying to God, right? And that would not make us proud, right? Because when you know your divinity, your power, how can you then? Because you see, the crimes people do is because they are in ignorance. Even Buddha said, it's in ignorance. It's their ignorance, it's your ignorance. So what is there to forgive? Because you are so ignorant, even Jesus Christ, like in the Bible, it states that, oh Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. So what would the Father forgive them for? Their ignorance. So one who understands, goes deep and understands, I am divine, and understands the ignorance because you don't feel you are divine. And many people have exploited these religions and worship God, and like this. Please leave this. So then you will not, when you feel there's no distance, you are abundant, you are providence, you are God. You are the best provider, the best helper, the best for yourself also. Most importantly, for yourself. You don't need anything. Then you go out and help those who are ignorant, peacefully, not imposing things on them. Like, should I go to an atheist and say, look, let me help you? No, not that way. Huh? If the atheist thinks they are self-sufficient, let them think that way. As long as they're not getting in my way, they may be losing out. Maybe they'll have another life, come back, like the rain drops, and it brings the earth back to life. So they will come back. They will learn one day. It's not like they're going to be punished so badly. Hell will be there forever, or damned forever because they don't believe in Jesus Christ, Christian way, or something like that. But those Hindus, Hinduism does have that they will come back. And so you don't need to, it's not the only life, but live it as if it's your only life. Although, like, live it, live every moment. But if I say it, I'm preaching. If I can show you how important this moment is, would you need to give meaning to it? No. You would not have to give meaning to it, not search for the meaning, nor give it meaning. You would be in action, loving every human being as your own, or someone as your own, and not hating others, even your own enemies who are ignorant. You see them having children, married to a very rich person, becoming rich and working. What's the end of the day is, okay, their children will carry on what? Their evil works, their jealousies, their all this. Even when I was thinking, like, my mother was such a beautiful person, if someone was jealous of her, so her life like this. But what in the end? What do you take with you? And what have you given that your children will carry on and your race will carry on? Look at this race, what they've brought. His race, the lies, right? Even though His Highness Khan is very good. Yeah, so Yazid's race is, we say no more there, but God knows. There are these Yazidis who believed in this idol worship in Iraq or somewhere. From not that Yazid, but a long time ago, they have a private. Otherwise, the Muslims would kill them. So please don't kill anyone. And you see, I'm not telling you you are in the wrong. You are in the wrong. I'm telling you, let's give justice to those who deserve justice. Peacefully coming together, learning, discovering. There's no need to harm people. Even if a Christian today said Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, let it be as a, please, I plead to you as a Muslim, not as a Shia. Let them insult you, your prophet, and all this. They have the right. They have the right, but don't harm them. You don't. You see, you are given the harm to harm them. You're given the right license. No, you see, a true person, truth, does it harm the truth? No hypocrite can harm Allah, right? Can a hypocrite, there's ayat. Hypocrites, disbelievers cannot do harm to Allah. Yet you say, don't say anything to Allah. I don't know why. We were told, okay, she asked that we can say to Allah, like, but not like in a, it's like a friendly manner, to in Urdu. Ya Allah, tu mujhe kyun nahi de raha? Tum. But Prophet Muhammad, no. Now see, hypocrites can do no harm. So there's no need to defend. Who are you to defend? By harming others. That way you'll create more hatred. Like you're for this religion. More disgust that, and you're proving that this religion is a false religion. Because truth can never be defended, even if someone is insulting the truth. And the truth upholders, justice upholders. Like today, I may be upholding justice, and the Muslims, they want to kill me because it's in their religion. So you see, you don't know justice, you don't know what is justice even. You're blindly following this religion which tells you to kill and harm and all this if they criticize your prophet. It's not their prophet. Hypocrites can do no harm to Allah. And please do it in a peaceful, honest. That's why I don't even go to debates. I only go to debates because of what I'm doing and sometimes to learn, but I don't agree. That doesn't mean I agree to everything that's the debate style. I learned little, and I was like, oh, my energies, I should, it's not good for me. I put more harm on myself. I call for more harm, self-harm, than learning. There's an ayat, hypocrites, I can't find it, maybe in Al Imran, will not, they do no harm. No, I can't find it. Okay, headache is coming on because I had this really terrible insight. Like, for 2 days I've been doing this since when I've been doing this, Surah 4 ayat 150, to see how you failed and how he failed to convey the verses I can, and all this, right? I'm in a shock, double. It's a nervous shock. So yes, it's going to take. So, but thank God I did this. Look, I'm saving you Muslims. Don't waste your time in this religion. Moreover, what are you doing? The very people killed by him were innocent. That also. See, and you're wasting your time. So much of your 5 times prayers wasted. But that's okay. It's just the true God, if there is one, will not make it go to waste. If you've never hurt anyone, if you've never spoken ill of a Shia, fellow believer, even, never taunted them, never called them names, bullied them, then it's okay. But now do tawbah, turn away, and turn away fully from this religion. Don't waste your time. That's all look, I won't get anything. I already, thank God, I have healers from foreign lands. That's enough for me. I don't need you, right, to help me. So, I have foreign healers. I left Hinduism on, the mantra and all. I felt, okay, this is not going to help me. Go to Buddhist. Then I left Buddhism. Now I'm on Saint Germain and Purple Flame and the other healers. So what is it going to do to me? It's just for your own good. If you believe, see, that's why I don't want to talk much about that. But care to see that you're wasting your time on ayat that hasn't been made clear to you for 1400 years or so by your religious scholars also. And moreover, the ex-Ismailis going into Sunni, they're wasting their time. In fact, I'm helping the Sunnis to get out of this, risking my life and my family. But you see, what's happening here? You told you won't get near to Allah if you don't get them. But do the niyat also, right? Don't tell, like, for example, on this ayat I should be expounding. Surah 9, ayat 99 here. You see how I've seen some of the Sunnis against Ismailis. You surely need the prayers, salat. Without this, you can't go near. So Sunnis making niyat, intention, before praying 5 times salat. Oh Lord, I'm coming near to you. So at least acknowledge this. Acknowledge this. The Ismaili Imam may have understood this ayah deeply, but you haven't. And yet you say, okay, you've taken it for granted. You've taken it for granted. Oh, we will get near to Allah. No, but you're saying things bad about the Imam who has understood this ayat and that messengers and Allah are one and the same in certain circumstances. And you need the prayers. You need to win the prayers. So you need to do niyat. Okay, I have to go now. Thank you so much. Sorry.